We went to Port Charlotte. Oh my God, it was so hot. It is absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh. But it was really roasting. Went to the harbor, just walked around. We ended up getting a coffee. I know it sounds crazy, a coffee when it's super hot, but I love my coffee. I can't not have it. So yeah, just trying to wear as minimal makeup as possible because it's so hot. Everything is just melting off anyway, and just keeping my, you know, sunscreen and a really light tinted moisturizer on, and that's pretty much it, and like something on my lips. So yeah, anyway, so far the trip has been amazing. The weather has been amazing. It did rain a couple of times, but again, it's very short-lived, and it actually cools things off really nicely. So it's really nice that it does, and that way it's more enjoyable after, you know, when the sun comes out. And everything dries up instantly. It's not like back home in Canada where it's like things will stay wet for ages. Here everything dries instantly, so I love that. Yeah, they're just so lucky here in Florida, honestly. It's so beautiful. The plants, you guys know I love my plants. I've been looking at everybody's plants in their gardens and I'm like so jealous. Like, oh my gosh, beautiful, beautiful plants. And the garden centers are literally epic here. So, I mean, my dad offered for us to put in a palm tree at our family home because he knows that like I love palm trees and I love, you know, plants and whatnot, and it's tropical there in Portugal on the island. But I don't know, I mean, I can enjoy it a little bit there, but it's different in the place that you actually live because you get to enjoy it every day. So yes, it will help, but it's not going to really solve my issues with sad and long winters and all that. But yeah, so far so good. The trip is amazing. We have loved every bit of it. Yeah, I mean, I just need that vitamin D and I'm getting it, and I feel so much better. My mood has improved considerably, so I am thriving over here. So how I'm staying on track as far as food goes, it's basically a lot of dry fruit, things like that, that's easy to bring on the go. I just find it really easy to have like dry figs and dates that are easy that you can just snack on. Yes, they are higher in calorie density, but what is your alternative when you're on the road and there's no vegan options? You're just gonna go get bread from the grocery store? Like, I mean, you just got to pick your battles, right? So that is what I do. And when I can, I just pack things with us. But the thing is, the heat here is so intense that it's really hard to actually bring things other than fruit along with you for, you know, whatever your outing is. So yeah, just regular fruit and dry fruit is what I've been having. And it's really doing the job. And then I just come home and I cook something, or I have leftovers from what I made the day before. So like today I have brown rice that's left over, and I have tomato soup. So I'm going to be having that as leftovers. And then what else do I have? Oh, I have beans, just baked beans. So I have that as well for a protein source. And then just trying to think, what else do I have that's leftovers? I feel like there's something else. Beets, which that's fine because I'm going to put that in salad. But there is something else. I'm gonna have to open the fridge to figure that out. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, having, you know, at least the soup and the rice handy, that's gonna be wonderful because it's gonna be such an easy meal, and it's gonna keep me full for a long time because the rice is really gonna bulk it up. So yeah, having, you know, leftovers is really easy. And then, you know, usually I will just eat, and then, you know, we'll go out and do something. So you're full already. And then again, the dry fruit is on the go in case we get peckish. So one of the things I like to start off with is a plant-based yogurt, and I mix 1 scoop of protein powder in there. That way I've got my 21 grams of protein, depending on which which brand I'm using. And then I've got that in first thing in the morning, and I know that I don't have to worry about getting my protein in for the morning. Super easy, and I just mix it through and have that. And usually I'll have just a piece of fruit with it or something easy and light, just because I used to put a little bit of granola in it, but I find that that's way too heavy and I can't handle that. So I just opted for some fruit just to lighten up my breakfast. But this is a perfect way that I found to increase my protein in an easy way. I didn't find super high protein yogurts while I was in Florida, but I did my best and tried to find something as low in sugar as possible. Another thing that I loved was watermelon. I ate tons and tons of watermelon. It was fantastic, tasting great, and it was actually seeded. All you can find is seedless GMO watermelons here in Canada, so this was a really nice treat. We also visited Sarasota Jungle Gardens. My son absolutely loved it. This was his probably favorite part of the whole trip, just seeing the animals, the beautiful, beautiful birds that were there, and of course the flamingos. They are absolutely gorgeous. I can't remember some of the names of some of the other birds that were with the flamingos, but they were also really neat looking. We saw a peacock, but it was also the nature there. It's a really big property and you can kind of just walk around and explore, and it's absolutely beautiful. I couldn't get over all the plants. It was really, really nice. Also, my son was really happy with being able to see turtles. The thing is, you don't really get to see, these exotic birds or these animals in, real life. So being able to see, and have the like flamingos come right up to you, it was such an amazing experience. And I just can't even believe that we were able to see flamingos that close up. So yeah, and I filmed, of course, a lot of the greenery because you know me, I love the trees, I love the nature. Connecting with nature is so, so important. And we had plenty of grounding and connecting with nature in Florida, that's for sure. So one of my favorite places was Cocoplum. They had a lot of different shops there and it wasn't too far away to drive to, and I was able to get a lot of, little gifts for, people to bring back, and I just found it a really clean and tidy little mall. It had all of the stores that you were looking for, and of course it just looks beautiful. All the palm trees and all of the plants and the way that they decorate it, it was so, so nice. So yeah, just, even for a little outing just to get out of the house and, stretch your legs, go into a couple shops, it's really, really nice to pop into this cute little mall. So as far as eating out goes, we found a restaurant called Mellow Mushroom and it was so delicious. It was in Orlando, and then we found one that was in the Tampa area as well. and they had some really good vegan options. They weren't on the menu, but they told us what they can make, and it was so good. It was high protein. They used tempeh. I had my very first hoagie, and we had some tater tots with it. It was so delicious, very decadent and high calorie, but again, it was vacation mode, and we ate really, really well overall, so I really don't feel so bad. I'm so glad we tried mellow mushroom.